Thousands of years ago, when the world was still fresh after the Great Flood, and people barely knew the shape of their own land, there lived a man named Siraj bin Malkoon. He was not like others. Wherever he stepped, the ground became green. Trees bloomed even in dry deserts, and dying animals stood up again. People feared him. People respected him. But most of all, people wondered who is he really. No one knew his exact age. Some believed he was from the time of Adam As. In one old tale, it said that when Adam As was near death, he called his sons and told them, "After I'm gone, punishment will fall on this earth. So don't bury me until the one comes who was promised long life." His sons kept his body in a hidden cave. Years passed, centuries turned. Then came the flood during Prophet Musa's time. Everything drowned, except those on the ark. But the blessed body of Adam As remained safe when the flood ended. Nuas gave his sons a task: take the blessed body to the land where Adam wanted to be buried, in the valley of Syria. But his sons were afraid. They didn't know the way. They said the earth had changed. Nothing looked the same. That's when Siraj appeared for the first time. He wasn't old. He wasn't young. He wore no crown, but walked like a king. He said nothing, just pointed to the stars and walked. The sons followed, through deserts, mountains, and rivers. When they finally reached the spot, Siraj took the body of Adam As and buried it gently under a large olive tree. The sky turned green for a moment. The wind stopped, and from the earth came a sweet fragrance. That's when a voice was heard in the wind: "Because of this act, you will live as long as I wish." From that day, Siraj was not the same. He didn't eat like others. He didn't sleep. But he was never tired. Years later, a mighty king named Zalim Zafar ruled half the world. He read in ancient books that there is a spring hidden in the darkest land, a spring called the Well of Eternity. Whoever drinks from it shall never die. Zalim gathered 300 of his best soldiers and said, "Each of you take a fish, go into the dark land, and dip your fish in the springs. The one whose fish comes alive will have found the real water." Siraj was among them, quiet, calm, and unnoticed. After weeks of travel through a land without sun, they reached a deep valley filled with hundreds of springs. The soldiers dipped their fish and returned. Zalim checked one by one. All fish were still dead. But Siraj had no fish to show. When asked, he replied, "My fish jumped and swam into the water. I tried to catch it. I fell in. I drank some water." Zalim stared at him, then nodded. "It was meant for you." Since then, Siraj changed again. His eyes saw things before they happened. He guided lost caravans in the desert. He whispered warnings to people moments before disaster. Some say he even met a prophet, a wise man known for his strong character and deep patience. That prophet wanted to learn from Siraj, but the knowledge was too heavy. Siraj told him, "You cannot. Stay patient with me." And it was true. The knowledge Siraj had was not from books. It was direct, pure, given by the Creator. Years passed, and no one aged him in every generation. Someone would meet him, but only once. A sailor drowning in the ocean saw a hand pull him back to the surface. A traveler lost in the mountains followed a green trail that wasn't there before. A poor man about to give up saw a stranger place a coin in his hand and disappear. All these people had one thing in common. They described the man the same way: calm eyes, a green scarf, and the smell of rain after dry days. Some scholars believe that Siraj was not just a man, but a servant chosen by Allah to guide people, without them knowing that he helps those who are lost, not just in the land, but in their hearts. In one rare event, a ruler named Umar bin Safwan, known for his justice and deep love of truth, saw a stranger walk into his court. The man whispered something in his ear and walked out. That night, Umar changed a decision that saved hundreds of lives. When asked who the man was, Umar said, He left no footprints behind. Some say Siraj was seen walking in the streets of Medina during the Prophet Muhammad's PBUH time. He would listen to the Prophet's words and then disappear into the crowd. Some say he even took oath in the Prophet's hand. Others believe he appears every year during Hajj, standing far from the crowd, watching, praying. There is also a narration that when the time of the great deceiver comes, the one-eyed liar, a man will stand up to him near Medina, a man the people thought was long gone. That man will be Siraj. Sufi saints tell their students to wait in silence, because when the time is right, Siraj may visit in the form of a traveler, a beggar, or a teacher. He will teach for days, then vanish. Some saints wrote full books about what he told them, but the man himself always disappears, to this day. No one knows where he sleeps. No one knows where he wakes. But those who met him say one thing: when you see him, you won't be afraid. You'll just know that this person was sent by the heavens. Maybe, just maybe, he walks beside us, even now, waiting for the next person who loses their way.